April theory, reset. Why spring beats January for goal setting. Picture this, it's January 2nd, and you're staring at your ambitious New Year's resolutions list. Fast forward to February, and that gym membership is gathering dust, your journal remains blank, and that side hustle. Still just an idea? Sound familiar? What if I told you that you've been approaching goal setting at the wrong time of year? What if the secret to lasting change isn't found in the depths of winter, but in the awakening energy of spring? Welcome to the April Theory, a revolutionary approach to personal transformation that works with nature's rhythm instead of fighting against it. I'm here to share why April might just be the most powerful month for setting and achieving your goals. This is not just another productivity hack. This is about aligning your ambitions with the natural cycles that govern all life on Earth. By the end of this video, you'll understand why spring energy is your secret weapon for breakthrough success, and you'll have a clear roadmap to harness this power for your own transformation. The problem with January goals, let's be honest about January. The holidays have left you exhausted, your bank account lighter, and your motivation running on empty. The weather is cold and dark, your energy levels are at their lowest. We're expected to suddenly become a completely different person overnight. January represents the dead of winter, a time when nature itself is dormant, conserved, and quiet. Yet we've convinced ourselves this is the perfect time to launch into aggressive action. It's like trying to plant seeds in frozen ground and wondering why nothing grows. Research shows that 92% of New Year's resolutions fail by the end of January. It's not a coincidence. It's biology working against our best intentions. Introducing the April Theory, the April Theory suggests that spring, not January, is nature's true new year. Think about it. April brings longer days, warmer temperatures, and an explosion of new life. Trees bud, flowers bloom, and animals emerge from hibernation with renewed energy. This isn't just poetic, it's practical. Your body produces more serotonin in spring sunlight. Your circadian rhythms naturally adjust to longer days, giving you more waking hours and energy. Your vitamin D levels rise, boosting mood and motivation. Even your metabolism shifts, preparing you for a more active season. April Theory recognizes that humans are part of nature, not separate from it. When you align your goal setting with spring's natural momentum, you're not fighting against your biology, you're working with it. The science behind spring energy, let's dive into what actually happens to your body and mind during spring. Increased daylight triggers your brain to produce less melatonin and more serotonin, your natural happiness chemical. This creates a biological foundation for optimism and action that simply doesn't exist in January's darkness. Your body also experiences what scientists call spring forward syndrome, not just the clock change, but an actual metabolic shift toward more energy and activity. Historical data shows that people naturally start new projects, relationships, and ventures in spring at higher rates than any other season. Even your creativity peaks in spring. Studies have found that innovative thinking and problem-solving abilities increase with exposure to natural light and moderate temperatures. Exactly what April provides. Why spring beats winter for habit formation. Habit formation requires three key elements: motivation, energy, and environmental support. January typically offers none of these. You're recovering from holiday excess, dealing with seasonal depression, and facing months of cold, dark days ahead. April offers all three in abundance. Your motivation is naturally higher thanks to improved brain chemistry. Your energy levels are rising with the sun, and your environment is literally coming alive around you, providing constant reminders of growth and possibility. When you start a new habit in spring, you're riding a wave of natural momentum instead of swimming against the current. This isn't about willpower, it's about wisdom. Practical application, the April Reset Framework. Here's how to implement your own April Reset. First, use March as your planning month. Instead of making resolutions in the cold darkness of January, use the final weeks of winter to reflect, research, and prepare. What do you truly want to change? What habits would transform your life? What goals align with your deepest values? Second, launch your new habits during the first week of April. Choose 1 to 3 key areas, maybe fitness, creativity, and relationships. Start small, but be consistent. The spring energy will amplify your efforts naturally. Third, design your habits to work with spring's gifts. Exercise outdoors when possible. Start that garden. Take up photography to capture the blooming world around you. Schedule important conversations and new ventures for this season of openness and growth. Fourth, use nature as your accountability partner. As flowers bloom and trees leaf out, let their progress remind you of your own growth. When you see life exploding around you, it becomes harder to remain stagnant yourself. Success stories and examples. Consider the entrepreneurs who launch businesses in spring. They're unconsciously tapping into April theory. Think about the writers who finally start that novel when the world comes alive. The couples who begin relationships as days grow longer and warmer. Even major life decisions tend to cluster in spring. People change jobs, move to new cities, and make bold choices when the world itself is demonstrating that transformation is possible. You might know someone who failed at January goals, but succeeded wildly with a spring start. That's not coincidence. That's April theory in action. Overcoming common objections, you might be thinking, but what about momentum? Shouldn't I start right away instead of waiting? Here's the truth. False starts waste more time than strategic delays. Would you rather fail in January and spend the rest of the year recovering, or wait until April and succeed for life? Others worry about losing motivation while waiting, but preparation isn't procrastination. Use the waiting period to build knowledge, gather resources, and create the perfect conditions for success. Champions don't rush to the starting line. They prepare until they're ready to win. Taking action, your April revolution, here's your mission. Stop beating yourself up about those failed January resolutions. Instead, start planning your April revolution right now. What 3 habits would transform your life if you stuck with them for a full year? What goals feel exciting rather than overwhelming? Spend the next few weeks preparing. Research your new habits. Clear obstacles. Build support systems. Then, when April arrives, launch with the full force of spring behind you. Remember, you're not just changing habits. You're aligning with nature's most powerful force for transformation. You're joining the billions of organisms that use spring energy to create new life, new growth, and new possibilities. The April theory isn't just a productivity hack. It's a philosophy that recognizes you as part of the natural world's incredible cycle of renewal. When you work with nature instead of against it, transformation becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Spring is coming, and with it, your chance to finally become who you're meant to be. Don't waste another January struggling against the darkness. Wait for the light, prepare well, and then bloom alongside the world around you. If this perspective shifted something for you, hit that like button and subscribe to Mental Wealth for more insights that align your goals with your deepest nature. Share this with someone who needs permission to stop forcing January changes and start preparing for their April revolution instead. Your transformation is coming. It's just waiting for the right season.